What's up, y'all? So today we got a SMMA journey update. And what I'm gonna be doing today is finding a contractor. So I wanna find a contractor before I get my clients because I feel like I'm gonna have no problem really getting the clients once I get them on the call, get a meeting booked. I just want somebody there to fill the services. But one thing I will say about feedback for the course, from Iman's course, for him to I had no idea what I was doing as far as finding contractors, like just 2 days ago when I first started. And for Iman to talk so much on his YouTube videos before you actually buy the course about contractor arbitrage, which is basically you being a middleman, finding somebody that needs a service and you outsourcing it. For him to speak so much about that, he didn't really cover it in the course as much as I would have liked to. Cause I felt like after doing the course, doing the 4 main phases and then starting to look for one, I still was pretty lost on how to assess them, how to know when you find the media buyer or the contractor that you want to go with, yada, yada, yada. But I would say I kind of like that he did it like this because it kind of cripples you in a sense when you have every single thing lined up for the process and you have to, you don't really have to figure it out by yourself. It gives you those real world problem solving skills because, everything won't have like a instruction guide or a menu when you first start on how you could finish it or complete the task. So it kind of made us the ones that really wanted to do it, like we said, kind of actually go for it and just take a chance. So that's basically what I did, and I went through freaking Upwork. I posted a job on there. I joined some Facebook groups and posted like, look, I'm looking for a contractor. And I had some people hit me up on Facebook. The people that hit me up on Facebook, I qualified them with a questionnaire. And so I had a whole bunch of questions lined up. Make sure they're not like a white label agency service. Make sure they're not already booked with too many people and actually have experience and stuff like that. And then if they pass the questionnaire, then I'd be like, all right, look, book a call with this time in my Calendly link, book a call from my Calendly link, and then we'll do an interview. And then the people from Upwork, it already has like their ratings, their stats and all. They're pretty qualified on there. So I just went ahead and told them to book a call on an interview on my Calendly. And so basically, bro, from not knowing what I was doing at all like 2 days ago to now, we got how many we got? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We got at least like 8 interviews lined up and booked today. So this is kind of good for me to get the nerves out talking to people and then just kind of like get a feel for the contractors and see who personality I feel like I mesh with, who I don't like, who speaks English actually well, like they say. And that's just kind of where we at right now. So I'm gonna be posting some of the interviews so y'all can see, or maybe one interview, I don't know. But yeah, so today is the day we try to find a contractor, and it's not gonna be the only day. We got a few days of interviews to do as well. But that's just where we at right now, y'all. So I'm keeping it real, man. I'm gonna show y'all the whole journey, like I said. And so, yeah, let's get it.
Me?
Oh
Hi.
yeah, I can see you. What's going on, man?
Hey, great, great. How about you? How is everything good? And
Oh yeah,
on your end?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. So, yeah, I got a few questions, and I don't want to hold you up too long. 'Cause you seem pretty busy, so I'm gonna run through these real quick. But first thing I'm gonna start off with, where are you from?
Croatia.
Okay, and that's where you're at right now. You live there.
No. Actually, I'm traveling through the States. So right now I'm in Chicago, and here we are on a kind of conference slash mastermind stuff. So attending that in the afternoon.
Okay, so you're kind of on like a business travel, kind of going all
Yeah,
around.
yeah, something like that.
Okay, sounds good. And so I see that you said like when you answered your questions in the Upwork thing that you did have real estate experience.
Yeah. So I've been working on Facebook since like 2012. So there's pretty much very, very little things I don't have experience with. I've seen things, right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So What do you think make or breaks an ad?
Well, depends. You can have a good ad, but then a shitty offer that will break it, obviously, or the other way around. You could have a great offer, but your ad isn't good. So it kind of has to be a good marketing mix.
Okay. All encompassing. How important do you think your role is on the ad's performance overall?
It is important, but then again, if everything else is shit and I'm good, it will always be a problem. The other way around also applies. So you have to have a good marketing mix. That's from the technical side of things, but you also have a good team, creatives, creative designers, developers, if you need landing pages and stuff, that's also important. So they're equal parts of the moving train, so to say.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And if a campaign is going wrong, how do you inform your client of that?
So depends on what's going wrong. Is it something that we can influence or not? If we can influence, if we can make an actionable effect on that, then do it. Inform the client that we did a test. It's not working. It's a test, for example. It's totally, the campaign is tanking, for example. It's not working, and we're on it. We are going to test new things. The most important thing is to just assure the client that everything is still okay. Sometimes tests don't work. Assure the client, manage expectations, tell them about it, and just tell them that we are on top of things, and everything should be okay in the long run.
Okay, that's good. So basically, you inform the client, but you also try to work with it. Just throw it off. Put it all on like the ads, the creatives, or something like that. So
if the client wants, we can go through the ads. I don't have anything to hide. I'll just share my screen and show the client what kind of ads we're running. And I'm gonna ask him, listen, what do you think about this ad? Do you like it? Yes, I like it too. But it doesn't work. The audience doesn't like it. So that's no problem. We're gonna test something else, and we're on top of things. Sometimes there's always, people think like when you set up an ad, it's immediately going to work. Yeah, in dreams, so to say. That's a dream scenario. That's a dream scenario. But usually, what happens is that you need to have certain rounds of testing. Sometimes it's the creative, sometimes it's the ad copy, sometimes it's, I don't know, the landing page or the offer. Those rounds of testing take time, and obviously, not all of them are going to work. So that's basically just that.
very true. I like that answer. And so like I'm looking at your artwork and I see like you got a lot of projects going on. So is that kind of like your thing? You just kind of spread yourself over a bunch of different projects. You never really like focus on a long-term one with one company, or is this kind of like you just do freelance mainly?
So yeah, I only do freelance at the moment, but it doesn't have to be spread out. I'm currently only having like 4 different projects on, and they're all e-commerce at the moment. Sorry, one of them is lead gen, but doesn't.
Yeah, so it's only 4. Okay, because I saw it was like 13 in progress on Upwork right now. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, because you know how that works is if you have a open project but you haven't worked with anyone and it's still opened, right? And the problem is if I close it and I don't get a feedback from the client, it's gonna affect my success rate. So I'm on 100% success rate, so I don't want to close it if I don't know if they're gonna answer me. So that's kind of the thing. I have like 6 different hourly contracts that I'm opened on, but I don't work on any of them.
Okay, that makes sense. So like, say somebody makes a job posting and they don't choose anybody, it's still open. That's kind of like that type of thing where it says in progress.
No. If someone makes a job posting and they hire me, and they don't close the job. You have to close the contract. If you don't
Oh,
do that, then it's going to still say it's in progress, whereas it may not be because it's inactive for, I don't know, weeks, months.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so that kind of led me to my next question, and I kind of assume you already are, but I was going to ask you, are you passionate about marketing?
Yeah, well, I've been doing this since 2012. So obviously you can't do this if you're not
Yeah, very true. If you're
for
not
that long,
passionate.
obviously.
Okay, yeah, pretty straightforward. Um, and so the thing is, I'll be like pretty transparent. So I'm just starting up my agency. And I want to go ahead and secure a good media buyer like yourself before I start outreach, because I feel like I have no problem really getting the clients and, onboarding them, getting them to come join my services and stuff like that. So I want to have somebody secure. So would you mind waiting like a couple of weeks potentially before starting work if we agreed to work together?
Um, sure. I
Okay.
mean, what kind of work are you looking to get?
So really just so I have a real estate marketing agency that I'm getting started, right? It's called Unfazed Estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I really just want to provide real estate agents with lead generation as my service. That's what I'm focusing on right now is paid Facebook ads, and I'm offering them lead generation. Pretty much how much ever leads they could handle and whatever would amount to a closed deal. I know we kind of got to work with them because it can be months go by and they got to nurture those leads
Mm-hmm.
and make them turn into a deal eventually. It won't be like snap of a hat like as soon as you start it. So that's just kind of the my goal in mind is just lead generation, eventually help them close deals.
Right.
And so
So I think you said you're looking at just Facebook lead forms or website leads.
just Facebook ads right now. And then I don't know, we could work with the real estate agent, but that's really what I'm focusing on right now. And then based on where we take it as far as maybe a landing page, if they want a
Mm-hmm.
website done, we could upsell them on improving their website
Mm-hmm.
and other things like that. But that's just kind of where it is to start to have something simple. The simple foundation is just Facebook ads for lead generation.
Right. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, for sure. And so with that being said, I kind of wanted to have my pricing for the real estate agents congruent with the services that I provide and I offer. But I see that on here you propose 1,000. And I was thinking maybe 1,500 to 1,000 is what I would charge a real estate agent. So that would mean that you would have to come down on that maybe like 500 or 750. But that's
Mm-hmm.
just my idea right now as far as charging. I could go up if you feel like you're very thorough in getting them the adequate leads or whatnot. But I was wondering, are you stuck in that 1,000 and nothing less, or?
Well, no, I don't. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, so
Mhm.
um, I value my time a lot.
Yeah,
It's
most
it's
definitely.
it's not I'm cheap or anything. It's just the experience and the things that I've seen and I've worked on and how much campaigns and budgets I've managed. I do value my time.
Mhm.
I'm not a beginner. I'm a senior. I'm an expert. I'm 28 years old. So I've been doing this since I was out of high school. It was an idea I had to just put me through college and have an extra allowance. Since then, everything changed and I stayed in it. So I'm not stuck at 1,000, but let's do it in some kind of a structure that we can do like 750, but then add performance based bonus or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be definitely willing to do that 750, and then I could kind of figure out what offer for the real estate agents 1,500 to 2,000 because like I said, I don't want to go too low and then be dealing with real estate agents that don't have a lot of budget to work with and just like get a bad quality of client, because when you go too low, you get a bad quality of
Of
client.
course, of course, of course. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
so
how it is. You don't want to, you know that horse, like image, and always someone can always do it cheaper, right? I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a meme or something like that. I saw it like it starts like a Rembrandt Mona Lisa style, and then someone just drew it in the end, just like a bad shit. Anyways, yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go too low. You would get shitty clients, as well as the service, right? Someone can go ahead and reply on your job post and say, listen, I'm going to do it for $100. But yeah, man, what can you expect for that?
Exactly. You get what you
So,
pay for. So
I mean, there's always someone who's gonna come and say, hey, I can do it cheaper, right? But I don't know. I guess you get what you pay for.
okay, definitely. Yeah, I like that. And then that would affect the pricing as well, your expertise. So that sounds good. And then, since I'm doing contractor arbitrage, then we could leverage your results and your previous performance as well, for what we would show them, like what's the potential of them, how well they could do and stuff like that. And so, and then kind of my next question, I know since you do have projects, I don't know if you kind of answered this already, but would you be looking to be like a potential long-term growth partner? Like as the agency does scale up, taking on a bigger role in the agency, maybe.
Yeah, no problem. I have been long story short, when I finished college, a couple of friends and we actually started our own Facebook advertising agency. So I have been working on a high level role as a key account manager. That's like it was a small agency, so it was pretty much like a CMO. So I have experience in doing that, but the why we split up is basically I didn't want to just spend my time in an office, and we are from Croatia, and we were working with partners with clients from the US. The time difference means that we won't be doing anything before, I don't know, 3 p.m. or something. And the idea was still to come into the office at 9 a.m. And now I just felt useless for that time. So we split, and that's why I am freelancing right now. But yeah, to answer your question, I am willing to grow as well with the agency. That's no problem.
Okay.
I have been working on a high level role, so that's not a problem for me.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, with the whole office thing, I mean, we would be remote right now, so you could pretty much work from anywhere.
Yeah,
But I
obviously.
guess you would still be worried about the time difference, would you? Because I'm in the US right now, so would
Right,
that?
but that's not really a problem, because I have been working for the past 3 years remotely with clients from all the world. Sometimes it's Australia, sometimes it's Canada, US. No problem. We keep in touch. We do like once a week, like a team call on Monday or something like that, and then we set our priorities. If everything comes up, we have something like a Slack or something like that, where we can immediately like have some chat updates or something if needed. So it's not really a
Yeah, I
problem.
would have like a program or CRM that we could basically keep all of our messages between us and the clients and whatnot. So as long as that wouldn't affect you too much as far as
No problem.
Okay, for sure. What would you allocate in your experience would be necessary like for the US for 100 real estate leads per month? Well, basically, how many leads per month do you think would be a good deal for a real estate agent, and what budget would you allocate for that for them?
Right. So depends on the offer. What kind of leads are they looking for? People who want to buy, people who want to sell? What?
Well, for this, let's say buyer leads.
Buyer leads. So people who are interested in buying a property, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so depending on what kind of creators we have, is it going to be a listing or something like that, or is it going to be just a general, I don't know,
Well,
general ad?
for this scenario, we would say it would be a listing. They have their house and they're looking for somebody to buy it right now.
Right. Okay, so we can then do some kind of an offer around that, maybe an open house or something like that. That also might work. But the amount of leads for a real estate agent, well, depends. I mean, one is enough if they convert.
Yeah, true.
Um, we're gonna have to see the conversion rate. That's the thing. If they haven't done any Facebook ads before, then it's gonna depend. I had an issue with some Canadian clients, for example, real estate agents. There was this guy, I don't know, he was from India or Pakistan, but he was a real estate agent, and he had that big scarf on his head, right?
Yeah.
His leads weren't converting at all. People were like, I don't want this guy. Who's this guy? Like, he had great ads, great offers, but people just didn't want to convert. So that's also kind of dependent on
Some
the
different
person as
stuff
well.
that, yeah, that you got
Yeah.
to factor in.
Yeah, that's right. Because real estate agents, they are highly personal, right? So you have
Mhm.
your own real estate agent. So if the agent is, I don't know, arrogant or shitty, or if it doesn't look good, something it's sad, but it is like that. We had a girl. It was just a woman, a real estate agent. Her leads were like amazing, right? Amazing,
Yeah.
like $5 per lead. That was awesome, right? People just want it's just insane, right? You're gonna have to factor in a couple of things. But
Mhm.
all in all, I was thinking like something between 15 and $20 per lead. Depends also on the location as well.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be
So it's a bunch of different factors, and like personal for each real estate agent, but you know, 15 to 20, that's great though, because it's below the average 25 per lead. And like
mhm.
you said, that's not even your lowest that you've gotten to.
Yeah, that's right. We had in Canada for that campaign, it was like $5 per lead. It was like crazy, but yeah,
Amazing.
it's an extreme. You cannot
Yeah.
say. Sometimes you get those kind of results, and then people are used to it. And then when the cost per lead is like 15, which is not bad, people are like, why can we go lower? Why can't we go lower? We had it with this account. Yeah, but this is an extreme example. It's not like you shouldn't be used to that. It's great that we have it, but
Yeah. And I mean, I guess we'll have to just do a good job at letting them know, this is where the average is. We were doing way above that anyways. So,
yeah,
different times of the year, different market conditions.
that's right.
So yeah, as long as we keep that communication, I don't think that would be a problem. Um,
Exactly.
how many real estate clients do you think you could effectively manage at once? Because right now it would be just as a contractor position. As we scale up, maybe more full time, but with your other projects and stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah, that also depends, right? So basically, the real estate, it all depends on the budget,
Mhm.
because higher budgets mean we have the higher opportunity or more opportunity to test new stuff. If we do that, that means I'm going to have to work more. So up until, I don't know, like $5,000 or $10,000 per month in budget, I
Mhm.
could handle like maybe even 20 of those clients. That's not a problem.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know
At
if
one point in the agency I had, at one point I was managing like 50 clients at the time, and they were not like the real estate and lead generation. They were like e-commerce stuff and app installs and whatever, right?
that's
But
even
I don't
more
want to do that anymore, and it was it
complicated.
was pretty stressful. It was pretty stressful. I don't want to do that anymore.
I can imagine. But yeah, nah, 20, that would be more than enough right now. I mean, I could see us probably doing 20 maybe even a year from now. I don't know how fast we would scale up.
Yeah, one by one, that's how it works. If you were able to scale that fast, that's awesome, right?
Mhm.
But then you're probably gonna have to hire more people. That's obvious.
Yeah, for sure. We would definitely spread the load out. So, okay, that's good to know that you wouldn't be limited, like maybe two or three. That's just my main concern, what I'm trying to focus on. Okay. And so just kind of a next question, a little more like about your life. What does your typical day look like? Any hobbies and where do you want to go in life, I guess, as far as like career and I know that's like three questions in one, but Yeah.
Yeah, like with my career, I just want to stay in marketing. I see a lot of opportunities coming through.
Mhm.
I'm already highly experienced with Meta and Facebook ads, and I'm also looking into other platforms, the new ones like TikTok and stuff. I see that with the metaverse happening, Web3 development and all that, there's going to be a lot more opportunities for new types of advertising, and I think I should just stay in and see what happens with that. I think it's going to be pretty revolutionary from that part of
Mhm.
that side of things. As far as like hobbies and stuff, I do scuba diving. That's really great.
Yeah, that's nice.
Here in the US, I plan to go visit the gun range. It's pretty much a pretty American thing to do, I guess.
Yeah.
So just to relieve stress a little bit. That's always an important thing. If you can't work for long without having like
An
a
outlet.
blow off some outlet. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, man, that sounds good. I like that you mentioned your experience with different platforms as well, like TikTok. 'Cause
Hmm.
I wanted to look into that as well, kind of like real estate for TikTok. But I know kind of it's hard for the targeting, like the area targeting. That was one main concern about it. And
Hmm.
with TikTok, it's good for for like niches that don't really have to deal with area like e-commerce,
Hmm.
it's a product.
Hmm. Right.
So
So we did advertise things on TikTok regarding to real estate.
mm,
But you have to understand that the creatives on TikTok are much more different than creatives on Facebook. TikTok creatives are just a lot of UGC, user generated content, influencer stuff, and people talking on the phone, like green screen stuff, and something like that, like something that goes viral and stuff. You could always do. There are companies that do these kind of videos for you, so that might be a solution to that. But obviously, you got to pay them to create those videos as well. So yeah.
yeah, and I mean also that's like long-term thinking right now. I wouldn't want to try to do too many things at once. Just kind of
Right.
focus on getting those Facebook leads and whatnot generated for them, and then maybe we could expand in the future. So yeah, just nice
Sure.
to have different things equipped in your field of expertise. So yeah, I like that, man. I like your portfolio and everything that you got going on. So
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish like the interviews for the week, and I'll kind of definitely keep in touch with you and get back to you on where to go from here. So
Okay, great. So next steps, hit me up with a message whenever you have something or you need any questions. No problem.
oh yeah, definitely, man. So yeah, I'll hit you up after, and have a good rest of your day. Take care.
You too. Take
All right.
care.
Thank you,
Bye
man.
bye.
Goodbye. All right, y'all. So I just finished up a whole day of interviews with potential contractors for my agency. And how many interviews did I do? So I did 6 interviews today from starting at 7:30 this morning to now, which is about 2 p.m. And so I got two strong candidates, and honestly, I don't even know how I'll pick between these two because they seem pretty close. But I just have to nail it down, and it's not just them. So I have 3 more. Well, I have 2 more interviews coming up on Tuesday, August 30th. So we'll see how we get from there. And it's been a pretty good experience, man, talking to these people, getting to see the different personality types and whatnot. And I'm liking this process. The business is coming along, y'all. So yeah, I'm pointing the story, man. Just stick at it, continue with it, and y'all eventually find what works for you. Like you might say in the chorus, bro, you can fail all you want to, but it just takes one right decision, and it takes action to come upon that decision. So I'm pretty geeked for the rest of the success of the business, and we'll see how it goes. Let's get it.